Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discussing on parts of cell. Dear students, there are three broadly described part of cell. The first one is plasma membrane. Also, you can say cell membrane. Plasma lemma, cytoplasmic membrane, also unit membrane. These are the common name for this most peculiar part of the cell. It's said to be plasma membrane, cell membrane, plasma lemma, cytoplasmic membrane, as well as unit membrane. The second most peculiar part of the cell is nucleus of a eukaryotic cell is nucleus. Nucleus is the second most important part of the cell. Now this is the third and last important part of the cell, that is protoplasm. Now students, today we will discuss on first part of the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now one question will be arises in your mind: what is plasma membrane and what kind of function it performs inside the cell? Then students, you know that plasma membrane is the outermost protective layer of the all kinds of cell, either prokaryotic or eukaryotic. In plants, the outermost protective layer is cell wall, which is made up of cellulose, but inside, or you can say that below the cell wall, the innermost layer is present, that is unit membrane or cell membrane or cytoplasmic membrane. It means all kinds of cells contain plasma membrane or cell membrane. Beside it, in eukaryotic cell, many of the cell organelles like mitochondria, Golgi body, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, spherosome, cell vacuole, lots of cell organelles possess this unit membranous structure, either single bounded or double bounded unit membranous structure. Thus, it not only provide a protective layer to the cell, but also it is the outermost protective layer of some peculiar eukaryotic cell organelles. Now we know more about cell membrane and what is it is composed of, what is the components which is present in the synthesis of cell membrane, and many more about this. Students, plasma membrane is mainly consist of lipid and protein. That's why it is also known as lipoprotein layer. The lipoprotein layer, or you can say that lipid protein layer, makes it semi-permeable in nature. Semi-permeable or semi-permeability. What is semi-permeability? Semi-permeability is a feature which provides the easy passage of substances as well as provide ability to recognize the kind of substances which are found in cell, so that the cell membrane has also a unique feature to identify the kind of substances which are likely present inside the cell. This is most peculiar feature of a cell membrane. Now students, there are so many theories was given by many biologists about the model, or you can say that structure of the cell membrane, in which some of most accepted theories which is given by the biologist we will discuss here. The first model of the cell membrane or unit membrane or plasma membrane was given by J.D. Robertson. J.D. Robertson in 1966. No, the year is 1977. J.D. Robertson gave a model of unit membrane, also known as PLLP model, protein lipid protein model. Look at here, what is PLLP model of unit membrane? According to Robertson, he stated that the outer and innermost of the cell membrane or unit membrane, it consists of protein. These proteins are hydrophobic in nature and cannot dissolve in organic solvent, but these are easily dissolved in organic solvent like ether, acetone, etc., but doesn't dissolve in water like solvents. That's why the inner and outer most layer of the unit membrane is hydrophobic in nature. Now he states that the innermost two layer, also known as phospholipid bilayer, is consist of which consists of phospholipid, consists of phospholipid. That's why it is also known as bilipid, phosphobilipid layer. Robertson also told that this is protein layer, lipid layer, associated with phospholipid, phosphorus, phosphate group is present. That's why it is said to be phospholipid. This is also lipid layer of same component, and this is protein layer. Robertson told that this is the, you can say that, outer protein layer, and this is the inner protein layer. Robertson told that the outer and inner protein layer is of about 20 angstrom thick, and the bilipid layer is of 35 angstrom thick. Thus, the complete unit membrane is about 75 angstrom thick. Students, you will know that how many meters in 1 angstrom. Then 1 angstrom is equal to 10 to power minus 10 meters. This is the Robertson model of unit membrane, and due to presence of protein, lipid and protein layer, this model is known as PLALT model. It means protein, lipid, protein model. The outer most protein layer is hydrophobic in nature, whereas the bilipid layer are hydrophilic in nature. What is the means of hydrophobic and hydrophilic? The hydrophobic means it does not dissolve in water or other inorganic solvent, but the hydrophilic means it may be dissolved in inorganic solvent as well as in water. And if you want to say it by another perception, then you can say that hydrophobic are Hydrophobic may be defined as the kind of layer, or you can say that substances, which can be dissolved in organic solvent but cannot dissolve in inorganic solvent like water and other inorganic solvents. But it is dissolved in organic solvent like acetone, ether, alcohol, etc. This makes the outermost protective layer of the cell, and each and every, you can say that, outermost part of cells, tissues, organs, etc. Thus, Robertson explained this model. Once again, I will explain. A unit membrane is about 75 angstrom thick, in which the outer and innermost layer of the unit membrane consists of protein of hydrophobic nature, which is about 20 angstrom thick, and the inner biophospholipid layer is present, each 17.5 angstrom thick, and collectively it forms 35 angstrom thick layer. Thus, this is the simple model which was proposed by Robertson. It is accepted, widely accepted. That's why we will discuss about this. Now we are talking about the second unit membranous model which is widely accepted in modern time, given by Singer and Nicholson. Which is also known as the Singer and Nicholson unit membranous model, is also known as fluid mosaic model. Yes, fluid mosaic model. Fluid mosaic model. We will discuss about the Singer and Nicholson fluid mosaic model in our next lecture. Thanks students for joining today's.